Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, or good evening if you happen to be in the EU. I actually have no idea what to do for videos tomorrow. I haven't got any videos out today. I was really busy. I had some real-life stuff I had to cancel the podcast for and all sorts of things like that. So, it happens from time to time. Sorry. You know, IRL is a real thing, strangely enough. So now that I've bust through the 2 big AAAs for this week, I'm now kind of left with a bit of a quandary. What exactly do I do now? And I have a bunch of games in my backlog on Teambox, which is basically all the codes that I get sent. And some of them look okay, some of them don't. Some of them I don't even know what the hell's going on with. So we'll probably crack through a few of them. I also want to have a look at the Dark mod. I want to have a look at Renegade X, but I'm having some UDK problems with it. This is a really intermittent, weird thing with UDK on my system. I don't know why that is. I actually played a UDK game earlier, Iron Soul, which is a fucking waste of space and you shouldn't even consider it. Like, I'm not even going to make a video on it. It's just... I can't be bothered. I'm pretty sure the developer's in Iran. I expect it'll probably get another copyright strike, so I'm not even gonna fucking bother. It's just like, why? The tutorial's like an hour long of bullshit, so I can't even be bothered with that. I should really do Infinity Wars at some point. I've been intending to, but I keep getting sidetracked. So I'm ignoring that completely. I do want to have a look at the Dark mod for obvious reasons, because the Dark mod is getting a lot more attention now the Thief's come out. So I want to have a look at that. I played a little bit of the tutorial and it looks quite promising. And what else do I want to do? Well, I did just install a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, the Dark mod is really annoying in the sense that it only does full screen windowed and it doesn't let you see the shit behind it. Like, I can't minimize the damn game. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but it means I can't access my mixer, I can't access Steam. Ugh. I'm trying my best. I am. Like, my mouse cursor's now vanished. So, I'm gonna have to probably restart the Dark mod entirely in order to even get what I want out. Don't do that, guys. Like, if you're developing a game, do not put forced full screen windowed on. And don't give you the option to go dedicated windowed. Because if I can't minimize your game, I can't get to all of the millions of things that are behind that window. In the process, apparently, it has also managed to crash Chrome. So that's wonderful. Jesus. Alright. Let me reload my browser up and get everything sorted out, and then I'll go through a list of stuff that I have here. Mods are mods. And frankly, my machine's been getting more and more unstable lately. It might actually be getting... It might be getting time for a reformat, which I really don't like, but... Yeah. I hope not. Certainly hope not. Okay, so I just installed a bunch of stuff on Steam. And we'll go and have a look at what's going on with that. Is it worth getting a PS Vita for Persona 4 Golden? Yup. I love Persona 4 Golden, but you might as well wait for the PS Vita TV if you... Oh, worth it on PS2 still? Yeah. Yeah, totally. You miss a bunch of content, but it's still pretty good. Okay. I just installed a bunch of these. How do I... There's a way to view by install date, isn't there? Oh, apparently there isn't. Alright. Well, that's annoying. Is there not recent games here? Oh, it'll be under downloads, won't it? Okay. Let's see. What did I install? Revolution Ace, Grimmind, Chuck's Challenge 3D, Magicite, Iron Soul, which again I'm not going anywhere fucking near. Yeah, I can't load Hawken. I've tried. As in, the Hawken suffers the same problem that I had with Strike Vector for a little while, and then I was able to finish, which is really odd. I don't know what's causing that problem, but it's really fucking annoying. It may be that I could update to the latest version of my drivers, and that might help, but I don't know. It's been really inconsistent and weird with UDK stuff. But yeah, apparently there is a new driver out that might fix that, but I don't want to do that right now. Alright, well let's start with Dark Mod then. And then we'll have a look at the other stuff. I really do want to... No, not Iron Soul. Fuck Iron Soul. Don't even. It's not in any way worthy of your time, and I'm not going to play it. I'm sorry. I got such a terrible impression from it. Okay, cool. That's Dark Mod loaded. Alright, so let's start with Dark Mod, shall we? See if I can get the bloody thing to work properly. I've had some problems with my second monitor lately as well. I really think there's like some issues with my graphics cards. I might need to reinstall everything. Okay, so Dark Mod. This is based on the Doom 3 engine, if I recall correctly, and it's an effort to reinterpret Thief within a new engine, the original Thief, as well as Thief 2. And okay, so I just need to point out, I need to make it very, very obvious to you before I begin that when I say grab bag, that doesn't mean I will take requests. It's not the same thing. I'm going to try and go through a bunch of different games. We can get post-processing on there. Just messing around with the game options. I don't really like the style of the menu. It's actually quite hard to read, especially at low resolutions. They could have used a much better font, I feel. Okay, so Dark Mod has a bunch of missions that you can download. By default, you get Training Mission, and you get Tears of St. Lucia. I also went to their forums to find a couple of good missions. No Honor Among Thieves and a Score to Settle. It was apparently a set of decent missions. So I guess we'll start on the tutorial mission and see what's going on with that. Currently, there should be progress on the copyright strike thing. We're expecting the strike to be revoked within the next couple of days. We're hoping that that's the case, but who knows with this? You know, we've already had craziness. Absolute craziness going on with it, so, you know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Alright, let us begin then, shall we? So we're just going to mess around the tutorial a little bit, and then we'll actually do a mission. It only comes with one mission by default, that's Tears of St. Lucia, and then everything else you have to download manually. The main problem with it is the website doesn't have a particularly good filtering system for all the missions. So there's missions from like 4 years ago, which look way worse than the missions that are coming out now, obviously like poorer texture quality and assets and things like that. And they were also developed on previous versions of the Dark Mod, so they might not necessarily be as good. And there isn't a rating system, so I don't know which missions are good and which are absolute cack. So I had to go to the forums and try and have a look at that. Yeah, the research stream is still down on Guys of the Wolf, for those who don't know. That's the VOD of the research stream. You can actually still watch it if you're a subscriber for the Twitch channel, because that didn't get hit, but... yeah. Apparently, this is an interesting piece of information, by the way. It seems like if you strike the same channel multiple times in the same day, it only counts as one strike. That's to stop channels from basically being nuked in one day, especially partnered channels. Also, my channel wouldn't go down after 3 strikes because I'm actually a managed partner, so... let's just say that any efforts to try and take down my channel are completely futile. It's just annoying. It disables certain things that I would like to be able to do, and obviously it denies me revenue, at least for a little while, from those videos. Okay, so this is the Dark Mod. Actually pretty impressive lighting, as you can see, although the texture work is nowhere near as good as the current Thief, but that's to be expected. It is a mod of the Doom 3 engine, after all. But I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed by the lighting levels. So, there's your light gem down the bottom. You're probably familiar with that. And, you know, what I actually also like is that it's got an indicator as to whether or not you're crouched. If you crouch, you'll see the little pattern next to the actual light gem changes, which is good. With your weapon key, turn to page 1. Oh, next weapon key. Well, I don't even know what that is, because the game never told me. So that's a little pointless. All of these different rooms, one assumes, are... you may need to get... okay. This is an interesting way of teaching you the game, but they didn't bother to tell you what any of the buttons are, which is slightly silly. Okay, well, I guess I'll just make assumptions up to this point, and then I can figure it out by looking at the key bindings menu. I mean, you know, even though obviously the texture work is not that good, it's still a damn impressive looking mod. I've got to give it credit for that. Like, lighting in particular is very nice. Crouch is X, and that's on a toggle. Okay, good to know. This is completely standalone. This is absolutely free, by the way. You don't even need Doom 3 or anything like that. You can download Dark Mod and it takes a bit of time to update. Like, you have to run the update multiple times, which is a little bit annoying. Alright, okay. Actual crate stacking going on. Well, I see 2 open windows. Question is, how do I pick up crates? Right button, okay. Oh. Apparently I'm not very good at picking up things. There we go. There is supposedly combat in this as well, although I'm not sure how they handle it. Can I climb that? Yeah, I can. Okay. So it's got the hold down the button thing in order to climb up, so that's fine. Health potion, very nice. Ah, so that's the tutorial. Find all the health potions. Alright. Fair enough. I'm not entirely sure if I'm supposed to be stealthy. I assume not. This is mostly just a climbing section. Just to learn what's going on. I could probably just go straight to the door here. Nope, that's actually locked, so I guess you'd have to stack things up here as well. Ladder over there. I just want to make sure I know the basics. I probably won't complete this tutorial mission unless it forces me to. And then I'll look at some of the other stuff. Oh, you can mantle. It's just apparently I'm not very good at it. Certainly oh, you can just mantle up there, okay. And then just run and jump. That makes sense. Sweet. And... oh, it wants me to go through the window. Alright. I should have probably paid attention to that. Can you even go along the sledge? No, that should do the job, right? Nope. Nope. Apparently not. If I go back slightly, will that work? Nope. Huh. Weird. You'd think you'd be able to get up there. That said, the tutorial message disappeared before I had a chance to really read it, and it doesn't look like there's a way to read it again. Probably missed something. I mean, I get the idea of it anyway. Not too difficult to figure out. Yeah, apparently Angry Joe is still having some pretty severe problems. He is able to do certain reviews, but he's being really, really careful. So the health bar is below the light gem. Good to know. Alright, well, I think I can handle the climbing mostly. Is it possible for me to actually leave this tutorial area, or do I have to restart the entire mission? Looks like I might just have to restart the entire mission. Ambient sound is fairly repetitive, but hey, it's a mod, it's to be expected. Alright, guess I'm restarting the mission then. There we go. So hopefully this will just take me back to the training hub. Yes, it does. Good. I would love to read the book, but I don't know what the next weapon key is. Oh, okay, it's the mouse slider. Alright. Alright. Well, that's relatively helpful. Okay, melee and archery. Let's have a look at that. You know what really annoys me is I actually really want to play Renegade X, and I don't really want to have to reinstall my graphics drivers to try and do that. And I probably will have to. Which is fairly irritating. The frame rate is not great, I've got to say that. I mean, for a Doom 3 mod, you would think you would be able to get over 45 FPS, but apparently not. So I'm not really sure what it is about this area right here, but the frame rate drops to about 45. It's a bit weird. Okay. So I have the short sword. There we go. I guess we're fighting.
Should be done right the first time. Hey, you over there.
But apparently there is a block ability as well. Yep, that reminds me an awful lot of the combat from the initial Thief games. No, there's definitely an issue with the frame rate in that area. Don't know why. What's block? Hold parry. It doesn't tell you what parry is! Oh man, it's like, don't tell me that stuff, you know. It would be nice if it just told me what the default controls were. Let's have a look. Weapons, electric source of broadhead. Yep. Yeah, that's Thieful, right? I guess, yeah. Okay, it's mouse 3 or Z. Okay. Mouse 3, want to see, yeah. Okay, so that's parry, middle mouse button.
Surrender or die, villain. No mercy now, fool.
Oh. Oh, so you have to actually parry in different directions. Jeez, that's actually really difficult. Yep. I can see why you wouldn't want to get into combat in this game.
This ends now.
Well, I'll just put my sword away. That's probably not the best of ideas. He is evidently far better at parrying than I am, so... Yep, I can definitely see why you wouldn't want to fight. Seems like a pretty bad idea overall.
I made that. Told you.
Alright, so don't... Lesson learned here, don't fight anything. Alright, good to know. Fight boxers. They don't fight back. There we go. Lack of ambient sound here is a little weird. I'm half tempted just to put some music on in the background, but I feel I'd ruin the ambience. Yeah, the archery section. And read the book. I'd prefer not to, but never mind. Alright, so... yeah, that's pretty much to be expected. Oh, they've got quite the arc on them as well. As you can see. Well, thank you, game. Much appreciated. Let's try the ones that are a little further away. They even mentioned using the spyglass to see where it landed, which is a pretty cool idea. Not sure if that hit. I'm going to go with no. Yeah, it's falling. This guy's not much of an archer, is he? There we go. That actually did go in. Slightly lower. Eh, it's not bad. Jeez. Shooting in dark mode is not easy. I don't think I can even make it reach from here. Yep, and that's probably on purpose. So, cheat. Yeah, I don't believe you have a mechanical eye in the dark mode, I'm afraid. There you go. Yes, it was an excellent shot. Thank you, game. Much appreciated. I am a horrible cheating whore bag. Well, pretty clear how that works then. I think I can probably just go into it now, but I do want to see if there's anything else that I need to learn before I start. Let's just double check. Stealth and shadow as well, you know, that's self-explanatory. Objects and handling, that might be something I want to have a look at. Jumping and climbing I've done. Keys and lockpicks I have not done, so I should probably do that. That's a candlestick. That is not a key.